Hey guys, this is Low Key with your Daily Q News. It's March 24th, Saturday, 2018. There was new Q posts yesterday, 961 through 963. The first two were trip codes, and the last one was the Red Castle, Green Castle one. And I did the read through and the visual yesterday. Now I'm coming to you with the explanation of these posts and the decoding of the 5x5, the Red Castle, Green Castle, and the clock being activated. What I have not heard others talk about is the correlation between what happened yesterday in the news and the change in the trip code. Like in any business, when there's a change of management, you change the locks, change the keys, the codes. And yesterday in the news, the big news was that Mattis was replaced by John Bolton as the head of security. That tells me that McMaster must be some sort of a black hat, which even if he wasn't, they would still do this. It's just common knowledge that this would need to be done if any change in top level officials to do with Q, which we know he sits right along the president. I know who Q is, so it makes perfect sense to me, whether it's to anybody else or not. But the we'll look at the post real quick. The clock activated. These are three little winks here in post 963. Three little winks of things that we're impatient on and that we've been waiting on. And I'm glad that I did not make a video about the explanation of this yesterday, because I went through three different things before I finally found out the actual meaning back behind it. And I don't want to mislead you guys. I want y'all to correct me if y'all hear me say something that is not fact. And maybe I understood it wrong, whatever the case may be. I am very interested in criticism. But also give me a little wink every once in a while to let me know I'm doing okay also. Please like right now while y'all are thinking about it. While you're thinking about it, like. The clock activated is talking about the clock on corruption, basically. We are ready. Now it's the time to take them out. The clock is activated. The Red Castle, Green Castle, the wall is being built. The wall is being built by the U.S. of Engineers. Their logo is a red castle. They go by Red Castle, and they are located in Green Castle, Kansas, or Castle, Indiana. The stage 5x5Y is referring to the video, the raw video of Hillary Clinton with 5 of 5 people. Those 5 people would be Soros, Rothschilds, and the Awan brothers. So, this video must be pretty damning. That's three things that we've been impatient on our wall. We want the corruption to end, and we want this video released to take out the corruption, to pull back the curtain at least, and reveal those who have been controlling us in every aspect, and against us in every aspect. Wants us to fail daily, and also keep working for them to keep their money machine rolling. Now the Y would be a yes, it's a go for the video. The clock activated, the Red Castle, Green Castle, the wall's built, the video will be released, and the clock. And I think the exposure will do its work for itself. I think that it will be the beginning stages of red pilling those who might have been for Hillary Clinton or consider themselves Democrats. It would be an awful thing. The real victims here are the citizens out there that, for great reasons, classify as a Democrat and vote Democrat, regardless of what they do. It's always about what they say, what Democrats say. And it sounds so lovely, and it always never happens. It always is swept under the rug. Obama's had almost a decade, 2 terms worth, to really, really fix things if he wanted to. Yet Trump's only been in office 1 year and has done wonders in every single aspect, every direction. It's refreshing to know that there is a politician that can keep his promises. What's great about Trump also is that he can compromise, like he repeats constantly, reciprocal, give and take, negotiate. And that's hard to do in a culture that we live in where we can't even have a conversation about certain topics. Can you imagine if those certain topics were being legislated and made laws about, by you? And what we would call a social aspect, they're considering it as laws. What can we do to make these laws for these social actions? See, Trump is really smart in his timing. He has a lot of smart guys around him right now, along with Q. And to know that we are going to have our wall and be protected from so many different forces out there to take us out through the wall, whether that be through bringing weapons or big weapons of mass destruction, maybe, or chemical weapons, or drugs, which falls along the same lines as chemical weapons, and actual illegal immigrants to vote Democrat. I feel sorry for the Democrats out there being misled and taken advantage of, vote after vote, and promise after promise just forgotten about. The DACA is a perfect example right now of how the Democrats fight hard and say we're fighting for this when it helps them politically, but when it doesn't and it backfires, you don't hear a thing about it. They don't open their mouth about it, and they have the privilege of being able to close their mouth and not be harassed by the media, because their media is on their side with their agenda. When opposite, if there is a Republican that is supporting a certain issue, they demonize it. Make everybody who is Democrat should hate this person for his logic. We got to learn not to be mad at those that are not waking up. Don't be mad. They've been brainwashed their whole life. And you can't force feed a red pill. You can hand it to them. Do it like Q does, by crumbs. Mention this or that, hand them the red pill, and they can do with what they will. And do the research, red pill themselves, because nobody can be red pilled. You can hand somebody a red pill, but that has to be their choice. The choice to know will be yours. End. And that's about all I got right now. Waiting for new Q posts. Check out my other videos. I've been making some videos on notable deaths of 2018 for January, February, and March. The March one's up there first because, it's more relevant and with the times. But future proofs past, so I'm going to go back and do some videos on January and February. Coming soon. Like and subscribe. Please comment. I love your comments so much. You don't know what they mean to me. Whether it be you helping me out or giving me links or just saying thanks, great job. It really means a lot because I dedicate my life to this. And I do online sales from home. So I have all the time in the world, and I want it to be used for something great. And this is the greatest thing right now that has happened throughout my whole life. I probably even anybody's life, throughout anybody, it don't matter what age you are. This is a time that we will remember. The reason that I am showing my face to you right now is because I know this will go down in the history books. I know this will be a moment in history to be remembered. And people are scared, and you noticed it through the election of Trump because the polls were completely wrong. And then all of a sudden, all these people come out of the woodwork and vote Trump. And then you find out where America really lies and how they really believe and what they really believe. And it is an amazing thing to watch this at my age. I can imagine anybody that is older than me. I am 30 years old. Anybody older than me, it is such a big thing to me because I grew up within the technology boom. I should be caught up on everything technology, whether I am or not. I can't imagine the generation before me that got to actually live in true, simple harmony, in a Mayberry type life without technology ruling your brain and making you walk around with your head down. Literally, physically, walk around with your head down. There's more screens than windows nowadays. And that is a scary thought. When there's more screens in one room than windows, you don't have a choice. You have to catch up technology wise because it's coming and going with or without you. And that's what I'm waking up technology that I might have despised and didn't care for, didn't want to learn, to be stubborn, to hurt myself basically by being stupid stubborn is when you self-inflict through your own stubbornness. And by waking up America, we have to remember by those votes that contrasted against the polls in 2016, that's still happening today. You're not alone. There are so many out there like-minded just like you. They just want peace, harmony, and to be treated equally good and free. We might be the freest country in the world. That doesn't mean that we're not taken advantage of and that we might not have a ball and a chain. We might not be actually whipped, for not doing things, but we might as well be. You're made to work. You have to have a credit card. To do anything, you have to have a credit card. You have to have a license to do anything but vote. Which I don't see how I guess I do, But you were not alone, and we were scared to voice our opinions through the election. And it showed out, that last week of the elections when we came out of the woodworks. It's the same ordeal now. I want to show my face because I want to show that I'm not scared to talk about this. I'm not scared to stand up and speak my beliefs. I'm not scared of those that I am exposing. I am not scared because I have President Trump in office to keep me safe. I know there's people watching me. I know this. I don't care. I will not stop. I'm tired of hiding my face. I'm tired of being scared to speak my mind. No longer. That is the best part about the Great Awakening. Because beforehand, you didn't even know you were asleep. You were walking around sleepwalking. What happens to somebody when they're woke up, when they're sleepwalking? Why do they say, don't wake up a sleepwalker? Because they'll be violent. They'll be in shock. One of the two is going to happen. And that's exactly the perfect metaphor for what we live through today when it comes to red pilling the masses is you are trying to wake up a sleepwalker. And they're going to either get violent with you or aggressive, or they're going to go into shock and believe you. And then what? Then what do they learn? You cannot force a red pill. You can only hand it to them. This is Low Key with your Daily Q News. Like, subscribe, and comment. Love you guys. Great Patriots.